This is the new Vespid models 172 scale Leopard A7V. This is the latest version of this very iconic main battle tank, one of my favorites. And I'm actually quite happy to see this come out in small scale. So let's just dive straight into it. Comes in a very sturdy box, as you can see. Maybe before I open it, I'll show it to you. There's a nice side panel color illustration of profile of what the tank looks like. There is also a CAD rendition of the kit itself and all the special parts. Like for example, they show you the blue bits down here, which is the additional armor plate and additional detail for the Leopard A7V, unique to the Leopard A7V. Okay, if you can see carefully, you can tell from the side of the box that there's some special stuff like the metal barrel here and photo edge, right? And the metal barrel is highlighted again. Okay, so a very nice sturdy box. Okay, it's one of those what they call a tray type, lid and tray type of box. Not that easy to open, which is a good thing. And I'll just put that one side here. Now, as you can see, I have removed all the sprues already from the individual plastic bags that were used to hold them, so you won't see them, so that we can get through this fairly quickly. Now, right on top, this, which is a flyer for the kits in the Vespid models range, okay, which is nice. It's also in printed glossy. Then you have the instruction sheet. Okay, the instruction sheet is actually more like an instruction booklet, and as you can see, very nicely printed on high quality paper. It's glossy actually. And what you get is your standard typical, there's a parts map which shows you what you get, right? That's always very useful. The sequence, I've always found the sequence in Vespid models instruction sheets to be very, very clear and logical, right? And so the steps are all there, and then it comes to the color profiles at the end. German army, of course, but very nice. All the color callouts are there. Okay, yeah, a little bit more of a catalog. So I'll put that here. Now we come to the fun stuff. This is the box of sprues that you can see. As I said, I've removed everything from the polish, the plastic bags. Let's put this one aside for the moment. All right. Now we just show you what that looks like. Okay, that's a fairly full box. Now let's start off with what you get at the top, which is this, the lower hull. Okay, now I'm gonna just bring that up to you so that you can see that. Yeah, that's very nice detail, right? Considering that most of this stuff here is going to be hidden by the skirt armor and by the wheels. Nevertheless, the detail here is very nice. Okay, this should look well under a coat of paint. Okay, undersurface detail is very nicely done, very crisp. Upper hull. Now, the upper hull itself comes with a lot of the detail already molded, which is not a bad thing in this scale. And especially if the quality of the molding is very good, it actually helps a lot in the building process. And you don't lose actually very much in the detail, even though it's molded on. These are the engine grills, okay, the air intake grills, right? But what I want to highlight is this. The texture and the detail on the surface is actually very, very good. Very fine, okay, and very crisp. I think that's the word that keeps coming up. It's very crisp. And that just looks very, very good, and just exudes luxury and, you know, words like that, you know. And the quality of the plastic, I mean, have a look at the quality of the plastic itself. Very nice. I like this. It feels good in the hand as well. Turret. So this is the basic upper turret shell, okay, of the Leopard. and immediately you can tell that there's going to be other stuff that's going to be added on, obviously, around the sides and everything else. But this is your basic shell. And again, if you look carefully, right, let me just bring that up to show you. You can see the anti-slip texture that's already been molded on. Now, that is already fantastic if you can see it molded on in a 1/35th scale kit. But remember that this is small scale, right? And it's not overly done. It's not pebbly. And it would look very good under a coat of paint and primer as well, right? Again, a lot of the detail has been molded on, but it looks very, very good. I'm gonna have to be very careful with the glue when I put this one together. Okay, very nice. So far so good. It's all just, you know, quality and quality and quality, right? Now, next sprue which I want to highlight. Now this one is interesting because it provides, I think, specific details for the Leopard A7V, particularly this piece here. Now if you remember on the side of the box, they showed that something in blue in the front, right? This is the piece in blue, and I think this is unique to the Leopard A7V. It's the armor plate, or the additional armor at least, that goes onto the front where the driver's compartment is, the top of the glass is, the nose, right? And let me just show you that in close up, okay? Look at that. Now that is anti-slip texture, very finely molded. You don't lose anything in the detail, obviously, but that looks really, really nice. By the way, the driver sits over there, right? So this looks very good, and this will go on top of that piece here. This is the front end, right? So for the standard Leopards, this one, and then that piece just goes on top there. Okay, very nice. Oh, before I leave that sprue, this bit also is unique and special to the Leopard A7V, which is the skirt armor that goes on either side of the front end of the tank. So yeah, the front end has got a lot of additional armor at least. Now, something I want to highlight, look at the fine molding on that. That's crazy, right? Look at that. That kind of molding quality in this scale is just amazing. Likewise here, you know, very nice, very fine. So words like fine, words like luxury, all seem to come up when you talk about this kit, or for that matter, any of the Vespid models kit, frankly, which I've come across. Now, as turrets go, this is the bottom of the turret, the piece, right? And nicely detailed. Okay, even whatever, this is so fine. I can barely feel it, but it's there. Okay, it's really beautifully done. Now, that's the back piece. I think that's very well done as well. Can you see the engine grills and all that detail which goes into the back plate? Now this piece, that piece is additional armor that goes on the belly of the tank. If I'm not mistaken, it goes there. That's for IEDs. Again, very nice touch. Okay, very nice. Again, so far, everything is very nice, luxurious, great, fantastic, right? Now this sprue is one of the big piece sprues, and this one has most, if not all, of the parts that go to detail the turret, just the turret alone. Okay, so you can see immediately you've got stuff like the, commander's cupola. The hatches are actually in multi parts as well. Now that's crazy, right? In this scale. Yeah, that's another piece of the cupola. These bits I mentioned just now, right? The additional pieces that need to go onto the turret. Well, these are the additional armor pieces. Likewise, these as well. Okay, that's the part of the mantlet. Okay, and then the smoke discharges. And I wanted to highlight the smoke discharges because they're all molded in one piece, right? And you would have thought, oh dear, why aren't they molded separately? Other manufacturers will mold them separately, and then you've got to go and like glue them on. Okay, but this one is all in one piece. I think that it's fine to have them in one piece, provided the detail is not lost and it doesn't look like one lump. And I think in this case, Vespid models has succeeded. Those look really good. Okay. Yeah, let's turn it around just so you can see that little different angle there. Okay, right? Now, whilst I have it in this, now let's have a look at that. That is a highlight to me. That's the gun barrel. The 120mm smooth bore Rheinmetall cannon. Now, this is molded in one piece, and obviously it's slide molded, as you can tell. Okay, and that's very nice. Okay, more on that later, but just before I leave this, can you just see that? I'll see whether I can angle it so that there you are. Can you see? The muzzle is hollow, and it's deep enough that you can just use it as is, or if you really want to, you can actually take a drill and just drill that down a little bit more. You know, I'm quite happy with it as is. Okay, very nice. Again, very nice. Detail is all really, really crisp. It helps if the plastic quality is good. Now, last two sprues, they're basically the same sprue. Okay, and this is all the running gear. So you've got your tracks, your swing arms, and you've got your road wheels and your drive sprockets and everything else. So let's talk about what you find. First up, I think the detail on the wheels is very good. All right, I hope you can see that. Nuts, bolts, everything else, and not overscale. Actually, very nice. Now, I haven't counted the bolts to see whether they're correct, right? But it does look good. It does look very, very good. Now, link and length tracks. Some people don't like it. I mean, the immediate reaction is that, well, why aren't they single link, right? But seriously, link and length, again, same thing. If it is done properly and the detail is not lost, it's amazing. I've again had experience working with Vespid models link and length track, and I can tell you right now, they are very, very straightforward to install. Okay, take a bit of care, make sure everything lines up, and it should just look very convincing, especially in this scale, and especially if you remember, right, again, the Leopard has got these side skirt armor. So really, most of this stuff will be hidden. Some people would actually say, look, you know what, I don't need to put the top run. This is the top run, the longer piece, because why? It's hidden underneath the behind the skirt armor. So why would I want to go and put something in and not see it, right? But for people like me, I would just install it, because to me then I know that it's there and it's a complete piece, and at least I know that there have been no shortcuts, and that even those pieces which Vespid knows is going to be hidden behind skirt armor, they have done this kind of standard quality. Now that to me is very nice. Okay, look at that. Beautiful detail. Beautiful detail. And these are single link tracks here. And these, of course, would go around the sprocket and around the idler. Now, you have these little lengths here. Okay. Now, these are meant to be the connectors that go on certain parts of the track. But if you notice, this one has got a slight curve, right? It's got a slight curve, and I suspect it goes right at the end where it connects with the sprocket or the idler. Okay. Again, a very nice touch in terms of attention to detail. Now, I'm trying to see if there are any pin release marks, and yes, there are, but surprisingly so far I can only see no, actually there are none. I can't find any pin release marks, which is amazing. I stand corrected if there are any, but as of now I'm looking at it and I can't see any. I can't see any at all. Okay, so all in all, a very nice package as far as the basic plastic sprues are concerned. Okay, so I'm just going to put all these back here. And I'm now going to talk about the goodie bag. Okay, now the goodie bag, first of all, this is the bag itself. This is the Ziploc bag that it comes in. Again, some people may say, wow, why did they put everything inside one Ziploc? Why didn't they just split it up? Good question. Okay, but my assurance is that nothing has suffered because of that. Okay, what do I mean? This is the metal barrel that is supplied. Okay, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is standard issue. It's not not like a premium or something. I don't think. All right. The box art at the box does at the lid doesn't say anything about this being a special premium kit or anything. So this is the metal barrel. Now, as you can see, the metal barrel does not come with the fume extractor, nor does it come with the, you know, the muzzle reference indicator and everything else. Okay, those come as separate parts, which will be installed. This would make this barrel the way to go when I build this. Okay, so let's put that aside for the moment. What else do I have inside here? Okay, the next thing, these Vespid has supplied cables. These are metal cable wire that is meant to represent the tow cables. Can you just see that? I'll just try and see whether I can. There we are. There, you can see where there are, you know, the twists, yeah, the threads, yeah, very nice. Okay, and then the last two bits inside this little goodie bag, well, one more bit, photo etch parts. These are the photo etch parts that this one is just some mesh and some additional detail like clasps and everything else, which would be interesting to see how they look when installed. These things are tiny. Have a look at that. Okay, now if you notice, let me just see whether I can hold it in such a way that you can, yeah, there you go. Now if you notice, I don't know whether you can see it or not, but if you notice, it comes, there's a little sheen on top because each of these, well, photo etch frets comes with plastic cover on both sides. Okay, that is to protect it, and it works very, very well, which is why I said it's okay for them to pack it together because they're all well protected. Likewise for this one. Now this one, I am just amazed with this. Typically what you would get is just these two pieces. Okay, but Vespid has gone one step further and they've given you that piece as well, which goes below, right, as the supports for the grill. Okay, I think that the 1/35 scale kits don't even provide that, and Vespid has provided these here. And even in this scale, as you can see, right, yeah, that's very fine mesh, very, very fine. And you can see here now the sheen from the plastic that protects it. Okay. I'm just blown away. Now, last thing to highlight is this one, decal sheet. Standard. It comes with a little protective cover, which is, you know, that little rice paper thing that goes on top, which I've already taken away. But the decal sheet is small, neatly printed. Okay, and this should apply to the model after paint very, very well, especially if you use your usual gloss coat followed by the decal, followed by maybe some other solution, decal setting solution. But I don't think it even requires a decal setting solution. Let me just turn that around so you can see it properly in its correct alignment and configuration. There you go. Very nice. I like this. So let me just put these away and just conclude by saying that overall my impression of this kit is, as you can tell, I'm very, very impressed with it. I actually love this kit. Just by looking at it in the box, it just exudes quality. It exudes very close attention to detail. It basically tells you that you know, whoever designed this, whoever manufactured this, whoever packaged this, obviously put in a lot of effort to make sure this was done properly, done right. And I think it shows. It really does. You know, starting with the glossy inserts and the glossy instruction sheets, you know, and just that sturdy box and the lid, and everything comes together beautifully. So there you have it. Vespid Models 172 scale Leopard A7V. Beautiful kit. I'm going to enjoy building it, and I hope to be able to share that with you in another video. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was informative. If you have any questions or anything else, just put them into the chat below, and I'll see you again. Thank you.